tell.
Well, because every time it rains, it would wash everything away because it is scooped out.
Yeah, but did you aerate and fertilize the beginning of this spring?
At the beginning of this spring, I'm not sure. I'd have to ask my husband. I know we've had multiple companies come out and do things to the yard. It's been limed. It's been, I want to say it's been aerated.
Yeah, it's not. It hasn't been aerated. You'll be able to tell if it's aerated because you have plugs.
Oh, I wouldn't.
And you
know
have
anything about it.
the little dirt plugs outside, and you'll be able to tell. And what that does, it helps you plug it, you overseed it, and you fertilize it. And what happens is when it rains, you have to constantly water that, because if you don't, then the seed's not gonna take.
Right.
Know? So, and I'm telling you for experience, because I built with True Homes too, and my backyard was worse than this. And what I did as a homeowner, since it was my responsibility, I aerated, reseeded, and put some straw in it.
Right.
So, and now the grass is a lot better than what it was before. In some areas where I have big slopes, I had to go buy a mesh and mesh that, because technically, when it comes to the landscaping, it is something that is not going to be covered under warranty. It's
even though this was something that was supposed to have done at the get-go when they did all the silk fencing and everything. Because the reason they did the silk fencing was to create the drainage so that it wouldn't pull up in everybody's backyards. They did it perfectly in theirs. There's no bumpy hills.
Yeah.
Because they came all the way back up to here. And they flattened everything out except for right here. I mean, you can tell there's a dip, a whole huge dip in the whole landscape.
What might have happened, they might have done it, but since there was no vegetation growing there, it just washed out. The dirt that was there, it washed out. That's why I could say that it is homeowner responsibility to maintain that, to keep it. That's what they call overseeding in the spring, fall, fertilize it and aerate it throughout the whole cycle. Yeah, because unfortunately, it's not covered under warranty. And if it would have happened in the first year they were with,
it did, and we called, and they didn't do anything.
According to my notes that Jerry put back then, there was work done in the backyard.
No, there was supposed to have been work done, and there wasn't.
Yeah, but I could tell that the vegetation here is not taking place.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not taking place at all. Because it wasn't done right.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's nothing much we could do here. The only thing I could recommend is, in the fall, aerate it. Actually plug it, not just do the little cuts. Plug it. When you plug it, reseed it, overseed it, because what happens with the fescue grass grows in just one little branch. It doesn't grow in multiple. So that's why you have to be overseeding. Basically, you want to be doing that for a long time. That's why everyone does it like in the spring and in the fall, basically twice a year. And I guarantee you, if you aerate it in the in the fall, overseed it and fertilize it, fertilize it, by the spring you should start seeing some seeds. And you do it again in the spring. By the fall, again in the following year, you should have better landscaping. Yeah. But yeah, this is what I see here. Majority is just weeds, too.
Yeah, well, the weeds have overtaken our entire yard.
Yeah. And you can tell if weeds are taking over, it's because it's not being treated, too.
Oh, it's being treated. We pay a lot.
Yeah, but you can see that there's weeds. Weeds also could be killing your grass, preventing it from growing. So.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, okay.